KuKu project came at towards the second, or I think first or second week of December. The brief was that they wanted to make 5 ad films of their new feature called KuKu FM Bites.
Yeah, once I got to know about the project, I remember one evening Rahul sitting down and thinking a lot about it. I told him, okay, take a call. Are we going to do it or not? Whatever it is, we'll go ahead with it.
The challenge that we had was they had very limited amount of time and they wanted to launch the campaign in 3 weeks from the day we sign off, right? So just before Christmas is when they wanted to launch.
Rahul had to take that call. I think next morning we met early and he said, yeah, we're doing it. That's all I wanted to hear from him. And then, okay, ready, camera. Rolling. Action. Cut. I think the whole team starting the day very early before everybody else, and then having multiple meetings with the whole team, explaining them, briefing them, debriefing them, and then getting things in approval. And then there should be some change coming up. It was like a bomb. We used to face that and cross over, and yeah, it went on like that.
Navigate a time constraint. What you need is meticulous planning where every single day becomes important. When you have to go to a production in 2 weeks time, and then post when you have 5 days, every single day, every single minute matters, and that has to be meticulously planned what X person is going to do. We spent a lot of time in planning, setting up milestones, setting up deadline for every single person, then keeping a track of it. Numerous amount of meetings that we used to have.
One thing I very clearly remember was they wanted Hindi speaking actors. That was their first and foremost thing, and they didn't want anybody who can talk in Hindi. They wanted actors whose native mother tongue was Hindi. And that was a challenge for us to break through and get all the cast right in the first place, given our time crunch. That was one of the major challenges that we faced, where we had to make and feel each film look distinct, right? The look and feel, and how are we going to achieve it? So that was from the start, from the treatment deck only. That was there. That plan was there, and that's what we had discussed with each and every department, be it the cinematography department, art, music, sounding, actors, everybody, as to how to make it look different from one another, right? One set it was completely decked up with a lot of props and stuff, and it was colorful. The other one was very minimalist. You know, we also had to take that call to make it look different for each of the film based on the requirement of each storyline.
It's not about having lesser budget or more budget. Most of the people look at it that way, but I feel we should look at it from the perspective of how do we allocate the budget such that it maximizes the value that the client is going to get out of that. I feel that mindset is what we have at Surge, and the output speaks for that. That way we were able to complete 5 different films, 5 different sets, 5 different locations within the same house that we had taken, and we were able to complete in the schedule that we had allocated with I think a 30 minutes of overrun, which was manageable.
I think KuKu is one project that gave me a chance to prove my abilities as a director to many stakeholders, including the client who were working with Surge for the first time, and even for that matter, Surge also. That was my first project with Surge, right? So many stakeholders, many areas that broke that barrier of you can trust this person on the first go. That was KuKu for me.
So I would say that for Surge, KuKu is like one benchmark. It's a project where we have pushed ourselves, set a new standard for ourselves, raising the bar, and showed what we can achieve as a team. For the client, it's pure value addition that we were able to do, able to solve the challenge that they had. And every single challenge was solved for. What else would somebody ask? And the best part of all is there was no need of any follow up from the client required. There was no need to follow up. That itself shows what we could do for them. Cut.